Alright guys, today we're going to go over the, there was some reveals for the Trunks that came out a few days ago, so we're going to kind of break this down, go over some tech of what this Trunks leader is, because I kind of saw it on Discord a little bit, and really wanted to dive into it a little bit here, probably more in the deck profile video, but just wanted to give you guys my reaction to it. So, Trunks, and this is the Trunks, I believe the Trunks Vegeta leader, right? Yeah, Trunks Vegeta leader. So this is one of the new leaders coming out in set 16, that is yellow. So leader, when attacks, draw one. Activate main, if you have 2 or more energy and you choose one Vegeta in your battle area, place it underneath this card, flip this leader over, or flip the card over if you do, draw one, and strike life down to have 6 life. So turn 2, you're awakening, right? You also can awaken at 4 life, which you are a draw 2 leader. Actually, probably would have liked this a little more if it was a restand 2, just because yellow doesn't have a lot of restand 2 leaders. I think it has Gotenks, and I think it's one of the only restand 2 leaders that I can think of. Old Broly, the yellow Broly, which basically Broly and Gotenks actually do the same thing, very, very similar. And this SS Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks Father Son Onslaught. Auto when this card attacks, you may draw. If you don't, choose up to 1 yellow Vegeta, yellow Trunks, or yellow Future Bulma with a cost of 1 in your hand or drop area and play it in rest mode. So something to keep in mind, because it does say or after the Bulma. This does mean it's only 1. Doesn't mean you get to play out a Vegeta and Trunks or a Bulma. It's 1 Vegeta, 1 Trunks, or 1 Bulma. It's not the 2. I saw someone, there was one of the Discords that I'm in, that they were talking about that you can play out the Vegeta and the Trunks at the same time, and that's not how that effect goes. So just, I don't think a lot of people were thinking that, but there was some weird speculation going on when people were trying to use Bandai's wording against them. That's not how this works. So this is very similar to the Android 17 and 18 leader, which can draw, if not play a 1-drop Android from the drop, which it's pretty cool. I know there's probably some 1-drop Vegetas. I know there's a few future Trunks, or Trunks Future, that are 1-drops that you can play out, which are kind of cool. I don't know how useful they actually would be in this deck, but when I make the deck profile, I'll kind of see if I can find some stuff. Auto, when a yellow battle card activates an X-Evolve skill from your hand, draw 1. It's very good. And activate battle. Once per turn, place 1 card from under this card in the owner's drop area, and then this card gets 10k and double strike for the battle. So, has a built-in Champa, which is very, very powerful. Having just the ability just to, for 0 energy, gain 10k and double strike, that's extremely good. I think there's only one way to put a Vegeta underneath your leader, and that's off of this effect. Now, they may print there's a good chance they print a card that has the ability to, like a TP, that has the ability to put itself underneath the leader, which if that's the case, like a winter stamp or something, this leader could actually be very, very good. Actually could be extremely aggro, depending on what that card does. So we'll go over what the archetype does. So we have the My Unison. This is the Unison that was printed for the leader in Power 3, Yellow 3. Auto once per turn. When a yellow battle card activates an X-Evolve skill from your hand, add a marker to it. Activate main, draw 1, and then choose 1 card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck. And activate main for 4, draw 1, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and they cannot be switched to active mode until the start of your next turn. Until the end of their next turn, which is that's not terrible. There is a better X-Evolve Unison that you can use, but it just wasn't printed in this set. SS Blue Vegeta, Future on the line. X-Evolve, draw 1 on top of a Vegeta with energy cost of 1. This card is played using X-Evolve, switch it to active mode, and auto once per turn. When this card attacks, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KO it, which is very, very powerful. Being able to, for one, so you can play the 1-drop from the drop off of your leader, which I do believe actually draws you a card, and then you can play this for 1 energy, draw a card, again, switch to active mode, and then swing at your opponent's leader, and then KO something ignoring barrier. So it doesn't have double strike, doesn't have crit or anything like that, so it's just a 20k swing, but it does remove a battle card, which is good. Just having more just on attacking removal is very, very good. Vegeta, Father and Son Teamwork. This is the 1-drop barrier guy you can play off of the leader effect. There's a yellow Future Trunks card. When this card is played, draw 1. You choose one. Either draw one or you play out the one-drop Trunks from your deck or your drop with its keywords negated for the turn. I believe the Trunks also has Barrier as well, and draws one, and then this one also plays out the Vegeta. So the idea is that either you play out Trunks on turn 2 to you basically play this out on turn 2 to play out the Vegeta, or on turn 1 to play out the Vegeta, and then turn 2 then you can ramp the Vegeta into your life to then strike down and awaken, or you just play Vegeta out. So this is a way for you to be able to get Vegeta out either turn 1 or turn 2. We have the boss monster, which is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks Father-Son Bond. 35k critical. Activate main for 2 yellow. If you have 3 or more energy, you choose one yellow Vegeta and 1 future Trunks card in your battle area. Play this card from your hand, then place the chosen cards under this card. And then activate battle. Place 2 cards from this underneath this card in the drop area. Draw 1, and then choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. KO them, and this card gets triple strike for the battle. What's great is that this is an activate battle. It's not an activate main. I hate when Bandai prints effects that are for battle that are activate main phase, and it's so bad. It allows for too many counterplays, and being able to swing with this first, and then if your opponent just negates, then you don't have to activate the activate main. You have to waste the effect. But being that this is basically also a tap 2, draw 1, KO 2 battle cards, and then swing for 35k triple strike crit is extremely good. Extremely good. This is not tied to the Future Trunks leader. You just have to have a Vegeta and a Trunks in your battle area to play it out. So, I mean, maybe Future Gohan could also play this as well. But I don't see this card being played in a lot of other decks. There's another deck that I'm thinking of in my head, but I'll save that because it's a very special tech that I'm going to try in a particular deck. But this is a very good card. Very, very good card for yellow. Yellow just keeps getting just good SRs every single set. SS2 Trunks, Future on the line. 19k barrier blocker. X Evolve, draw 1 on top of Future Trunks with the energy cost of 1. This is good. This also gives you just another target for the the one drop. This card is played using activate X Evolve, switch it to action mode. It's 19k barrier blocker and auto. Here's the Future Trunks when your opponent plays a battle card or unison. Choose it and switch it to rest mode. So you have a built-in, I think it's Super Natron, the TP Shinron. I think he's a 15k double strike, and he has the same effect when your opponent plays a battle card or a unison. You can switch to the rest mode. So it's same effect. This being a 19k blocker barrier, essentially it just makes this a Poutine, a yellow, an actual in archetype yellow Poutine that draws you a card. The only difference is this is a 1 drop that also draws you a card and has blocker, while Poutine is just a 5k barrier that plays for free. So this is a very, very good card. Very good card. We already saw that. Balm of Future on the line. When this card is played, draw 1. So you can also play this card off from your drop area and draw 1. Limit 1 if your leader is a mono yellow Future Trunks, and you discard this card from your hand, look at the top 7 from your deck, and then add up to 1 Vegeta or Future Trunks and cost 3 lots among them and shuffle your deck. So this is also a pitching effect. You just pitch it from the drop area to search out top 7, and then you can also swing at your leader to play Bulma out and then draw a card. So she is a huge plus for this deck. Very, very powerful card. And then I think we have some blue stuff as well that was announced as well. So this is stuff for the blue Whis leader. We have Whis Rejuvenating Support. When this card is played, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add up to 1 God card among them, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. This just saying 1 God card is very good. So if they ever print, well, they do have like God Seeker rares, so you can actually just pull Seeker rare as well. Limit 1 activate main, 1 blue, 1 colorless. Place the card in the owner's drop area. Choose up to 1 beer, send it cost of 2 in your hand, play it, and then switch up to 1 Grand Priest or blue card in your leader area to active mode. So this card can also be used in the Grand Priest deck that also got announced as well. Legend Super Saiyan. I think are we going through? Oh yeah, we are. Okay. I was like, is this like sending me to another section? I'm so confused. Legend of the Super Saiyan. Of the Super Saiyan God. Activate main, burst 1 if your leader is blue, and you choose 1 Saiyan card in your hand and discard it. You draw 2. So it puts 2 cards in the drop, or it puts 3 cards in the drop area for you to then draw 2. It's not too bad. Fills up the drop area for some overwhelm. Beerus, Aesthetics of Annihilation. A permanent card can't be KO'd by your opponent's skills during your turn. Auto once per turn for leaders of blue Whis. This card attacks and KOs a battle card. Draw one. Switch out to one of your blue Beerus cards in your energy to active mode. It's pretty good. It's a pretty solid card. Beerus, Belligerent God. Auto, this is a one card from your left hand. This card attacks a battle card. So this card active mode and it gets 15k power for the battle. So this is a 20k body that's also Self-Awakener. That's very, very good. This allows you to basically just swing at a small battle card and just go, okay, take a life, it's 20k, restand it. That's very, very good. Very, very good card. Whis, Beerus is backup. When this card is played from your hand, choose up to one Beerus card in your battle area. It can attack battle cards without barrier and active mode for the turn. And limit one if this card is in your combo area. When a blue Beerus card in your battle area attacks and kills the battle card, draw one. So essentially this card triggers after the battle. Because technically it would still be in the combo area after the battle. Because it'd be going from the combo area to the drop. So yeah, that makes sense. That's just weird. It'd be different if it was like in play, but that's cool. We have a 15k skill list. This is for the Whis deck. I was trying to think, why did they print a 15k skill list? And the second one, okay. So yeah, you can use these for the Whis deck. Super Saiyan God, the Interceptor. 3-drop dual attack. Counter if your leader is blue, play this card. When this card is played, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards and place them on the bottom of their deck in any order. This card is massive. This is a very, very good card. Thankfully, it doesn't have like deflect or something like that. Because if it did, this card would be, it would be way too powerful for a counter. I mean, for a common. But 3 energy in like against like, I mean, it's a good card. For 3 energy though, it's gonna hurt when this card gets counterplayed because it gets hits by every counterplay almost. But if it does come down, being able to bottom deck 2 cards, any 2 battle cards, is incredibly powerful. Vegeta Harnessed Power. When this card is used in a combo, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in their combo area and return it to its hand. And then this is one of the cards you can use with the Crimson Warrior effect. So, cool leader. I think the leaders are very interesting. I don't think this has to be said, but every yellow leader is just waiting until Icarus gets banned to be playable, because this is a very cool archetype, but I don't know why anyone would want to play it at a high competitive level when Icarus is still available. There's just no reason to. Like, all of these cards they're very cool. They all have really very, very interesting effects, but why play it if you have Icarus available, you know? So if Bandai gets rid of Icarus, this leader would be very good. So in all honesty, so this leader fits the same sort of role that decks like Helku, decks like Yellow Turles, decks like, I don't know, Future Gohan, Yellow Whis. These are all like tier 3 decks, right? These are all like these tier 3 decks, and I don't mean that in like a disrespectful way, just more so like, it's not a high competitive deck. It's very linear in what the idea of what the strategy is, and it has too many variables and too many intangibles that have to go right for the leader to be considered a extremely good deck, right? Like, you have to, like for Whis, you have to have a Unison in play, and then you have to have a Skillless to counter, you know, to combo with, and you have to have the 1-drop on board to be able to draw from it. This guy, you have to be able to see your Vegeta and see your Trunks. Make sure that it didn't get warped away, and then to play the boss monster, you have to have both of them on field, and 3 or more energy. You know, so there's a lot of like little things that you have to do to make the leaders, I want to say relevant, but you know, like your curve has to hit a certain way for the leader to be really good. And Icarus just plays cards and draws cards. Like, Icarus doesn't really care. So that's why Icarus is considered the best yellow deck in the game, probably the best deck in the game, depending on who depending on who you talk to. But all of these yellow decks like Helku, Future Gohan, this Future Trunks and Vegeta deck, they're very, very solid, but they just need Icarus to go away. And then archetype based yellow decks will then have to be the thing, because unless people go play yellow Gotenks, which is definitely a possibility, these decks are just going to find local you know, local success. Like, you're gonna play your locals, play this, you know, play these decks are gonna be great. You may go to a regional, and when you play against things like Gogeta and Dark Broly and King Piccolo and these other really powerful decks, and then you're just gonna get shot in the foot, and then you're like, all right, well, you know, I didn't hit my curve, I didn't see this card, I didn't see this card. And it's like, well, why didn't I just play Icarus, you know? So a little bit of a rant there, but I do think this deck is very interesting. Would love to see this deck played, and I'm definitely gonna have fun building this deck because I do have some ideas I want to try to see if I can make it a little bit better, or a little more, you know, a little more of a high competitive deck. So we'll see what I can come up with. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back in the next video.